With the latest coming in on the Malabar exercise, China has reacted as the Quad nations are now preparing to start the first phase of the three-day Malabar naval exercise from today. The Quad nations, United States, India, Japan and Australia will conduct the exercise in the Bay of Bengal. The exercise comes as the four nations call for a free and open Indo-Pacific amid Chinese aggression in the region. The first phase of the Malabar would see complex and advanced naval exercises comprising surface, anti-submarine and anti-air warfare operations. Now, the Australian frigate and US destroyer USS John S. McCain will be part of the initial leg of the Malabar exercise. Meanwhile, China has said that Quad nations should ensure that exercises will be conducive for peace and not contradictory.
We hope relevant countries' military operation will be conducive to peace and stability in the region, instead of the contrary.
For more details, let's quickly go across to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who's joining us live for more details. Siddhant, you just heard what China's reaction has been on the Malabar exercises. What do you make? Is this rattling China in any sort?
Well, exactly. Nothing's going to happen given the fact that in the past as well, China has expressed its displeasure on Australia joining the Malabar exercises. This is not the first time that Australia is joining the Malabar exercises. In 2007 as well, Australia had joined the Malabar exercises, but then again it withdrew given the fact that at that time the Chinese had expressed displeasure. But this time, why is it different? Is primarily because the development is happening amidst a very aggressive China, not only with the Indians but also with the Australians, with the Japanese. We know with the Australian there was almost, when it comes to trade issues, a lot of comments by both sides. With the Japanese, it's the issue of Senkaku Islands, and with India, of course, the Galwan incident. This is the longest ever, in fact, the standoff between the Indian and the Chinese forces happening at the line of actual control. So that is why that makes it significant. We are expecting some kind of shots coming, given the fact that today is the first day of the Malabar exercises. And interestingly, in the Malabar exercises, all the four countries which are also part of the Quad are taking part. That is US, Australia, Japan and India.
Right. It's interesting that you mentioned that this year the exercises are different not only because of Australia's participation but also because of the growing Chinese aggression in the Indo-Pacific. Having said that, Siddhant, why is Australia's participation so crucial to this year's Malabar exercise?
Well, first, of course, given the fact that all four Quad countries are coming under one umbrella for a different thing, that is, of course, for the exercises. We know that China is worried about the military angle to the Quad. It has been calling and terming Quad as Asian NATO, even though Quad members have said that they are keen on cooperation when it comes to humanitarian issues, or whether it comes to issues like the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. Interestingly, we know that earlier this year there was a lot of cooperation amongst the Quad member countries and, of course, Quad plus member countries, that is New Zealand, South Korea, Singapore, in fact Brazil also, when it comes to dealing with the pandemic, exchanging the best practices, but never ever the military angle has come. But interestingly, now the Malabar exercises are taking place, but also it is an increased engagement by the Australians in the Indian Ocean, where India is keen that like-minded countries should come together, given the fact that in the past few years there has been an increased influence by the Chinese in the Indian Ocean region. They have been coming here illegally fishing in areas, citing international law, saying that these are international waters, but of course it impacts the Indian Ocean countries as well. So that is why it makes very significant that Australia is taking part, and this is a message to Beijing that its aggressiveness will be costing it a lot when it comes to the like-minded countries coming together.
Absolutely, and we'll have to wait for more visuals to arrive in. Perhaps we'll touch base again with you. On that note, thank you so much, Siddhant Sibal, for bringing us the latest.